Hi guys, I'm Nathalie and this is my YouTube channel. I'm super excited to say that this is my first makeup tutorial, which is super exciting and nerve-wracking all at the same time. But I really hope you guys enjoy it. Today I decided to do a bronzy eye with a little bit of a smoked out on the edges and the inner corner. So I hope you guys enjoy it. For more details, keep watching. So let's get started. My face is already prepped and primed with Makeup Forever Step 1 Smoothing and Hydrating Primer. And since we're done with that, let's continue with foundation. Today I decided to use Too Faced Born This Way foundation in nude, and I will be applying it with a damp beauty blender. Let's start with applying dots to the face to make sure that we can later blend away for a medium to full coverage look. I love this foundation, mainly because it's oil-free and it gives you a very natural look, plus the fact that it gives you a beautiful radiant finish. Now you can see I'm very white, so I want to make sure to blend this all the way down to the neck. Now ladies, don't forget to make sure that your beauty blender is damp. If it is not damp, you are going to be taking in more product than what you'll actually be applying to your skin. If you only knew how OCD I am when it came to blending. But now that we're almost done, let's continue with concealer. I decided to use Urban Decay's Complete Coverage Concealer in Light Neutral. I will not only be using it to highlight my skin, but also to cover the bags under my eyes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply it right next to my nose, and then I'm going to swipe across without getting too close to the under lash line of my eye. Because I typically crease under my eye, I don't want to get too close. Later I can blend it up to my lash line without worrying about creasing. I'm adding a little more just for a nice highlight. Now because of technical difficulties, I did not record the blending portion to this, but with the same damp beauty blender used for your foundation, you can also use to blend the concealer. I then went ahead and highlighted certain areas of the face that I felt my face would naturally get light from, including my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, and my cupid's bow. And just like before, blend away. Ladies, I'm not even kidding when I tell you blending is your best friend. Whenever you feel like you've done enough, just do a little bit more. You'll thank me in the long run. As soon as I'm done blending, I quickly apply translucent powder from Ben Nye using a Morphe E49 brush to the areas I applied the concealer. This will help set your makeup from creasing. After I'm done setting both under eyes, I use whatever leftover product on the brush to set the rest of my face. Now let's get started with the eyes. Words cannot explain how excited this Morphe 350 palette makes me. I mean, look at the colors. I wish I can tell you the names of the eyeshadows I'm using, but unfortunately pointing will have to do. After priming my eyes with Urban Decay Primer Potion, I set my eyes with a MAC 239 in this light color that can also be compared to Brulee from MAC. After, using a MAC 217 brush and these two colors, I'm going to start with the outer edges of my eye and create the shape that I want to accomplish for this look. The easiest way to visualize this is to create a soft triangular shape on the outside edge of your eye and then continuing it across the crease of your eye. I'm bringing it all the way to the inner corner of my eyes and completely blending these two colors out for a more seamless transition color. I then continue to apply more color till I get the ideal shade that I require. And then, more blending, ladies. I wasn't kidding when I said blending would be your best friend. Please ignore my facials and my voice as I'm a little under the weather and I'm trying to get through this, but just like that, I'm done blending, and with a snap of my fingers, both of my eyes will be done. You see, I have powers too. Now I'm going to grab an S51 Coastal Scents brush, and I'm going to mix these two colors to go in on my inner corner and outer edge of the eye. When using any Morphe eyeshadow, I tend to use a little as it's very highly pigmented and I don't want any foliage later on. What I like to do is get the two darker tones that I showed you earlier and lightly pack it on to the inner corner of my eye and the outer edge of my eye and connecting it softly in the middle. Now ladies, it doesn't have to be perfect because we are going to be using a pigment in the middle, but make sure not to put too much because you don't want to backtrack later. After packing in the eyeshadow, we then grab a clean MAC 224 brush to blend out those edges into the transition color we applied earlier. I decided I wanted to make it a little darker, so I added more of the two eyeshadows to the inner and outer edges of my eye. Once I was happy with the color, I went back in to blend. Just keep blending, 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 and snap, both of my eyes are done. Well, kind of. I then move on using a clean S51 Coastal Scents brush, which I spray a little Fix Plus from MAC. Then applying a little of the MAC Gold Mode pigment onto my damp brush, I will press it onto the center area of my lid. This will turn your loose pigment into more of a paste, making it easier for you to apply without having too much product fall on you. And by repeating those steps, you can then apply more and more pigment to give you more of that metallic look that you're going for. And once you're done with that, use the MAC 224 brush to blend out the edges. To finish with the eyeshadow portion of this video, I use an N14 Coastal Scents brush with the two transition colors we used earlier to smoke out the bottom lash line. If you have any product fall, you can easily use a Morphe E51 brush to wipe away any loose or fallen eyeshadow. After applying the transition colors, I like to add a little of the darker tones used earlier on the outer edges of my eye to really give it that smoked out look. Moving on, we're going to use my favorite eyeliner, which is from Tarte. It's called Tarte's Clay Paint Liner. When I bought this eyeliner, it actually came with the angle brush, which I am absolutely in love with. Thank you, my sister, for messaging me while I'm trying to do my tutorial. Anywho, I like to start in the middle, just apply the excess product that I have on the brush, and then I go from the inner part of my eye and scoop it all the way out. Today, I don't feel like doing a wing liner, but I do want to darken the edge of my lash line just because I will be using falsies later. It's falsies time! So ladies, don't get crazy with the glue, just lightly apply it on the edges and blow away so you can dry too much of the excess that you've probably put on. Now I typically like to start it in the middle, so I apply the middle part of the eyelash and then I apply the edges, starting with the outside corner and then the inside corner. Unfortunately, I lost my tweezers and I had to apply it manually, which, if you can tell, is with my hands. I typically don't take this long to put my eyelashes on, but my eyelashes personally did not want to cooperate. I have what you would call cow lashes. My lashes go straight, the eyelashes go up. So because I didn't curl my lashes prior to, I'm gonna have to curl them together, which I typically don't mind because I like to make sure that my lashes and the falsies intertwine with each other. After letting my eyelashes dry, I then go in with the eyelash curler, and what I do is I make sure the outside edge of the falsies go in first, and then I continue to insert the rest of my lashes. I like this mainly because once your eyelashes and the falsies intertwine, it will give you more of a natural look. Again, please ignore my faces as I was trying to explain this, but clearly I should have just waited. After staring at myself way too long because of my eyelashes, I then went in with a Morphe E11 angled brush with my eyebrows. So I decided today I was going to use the Anastasia Brow Duo in Taupe and medium brown. Ideally, I like to outline the lower part of my eyebrow to give it that nice definition and then slowly fill in my eyebrow. I don't like my eyebrows looking like they're too filled in, mainly because I have a lot to work with, but I like to outline my eyebrows and give it that nice feathery touch, giving it small strokes towards the middle center of my eyes, or nose per se, and then feathering it out towards the end. As we're nearing the end of this video, my voice does not want, and clearly I can't even speak, but my voice does not want to cooperate with me and I am starting to sound like a man, but please indulge me. And now to finish up with my eyes, I'm going to go in with mascara. Unfortunately, I have looked everywhere and I don't believe Max Factor makes this in the US anymore, but I have my family bring me boxes and boxes of this mascara. Thank God for them. Unfortunately, this is the only mascara that works on me after curling my lashes. So I'm using the Max Factor Ultra Black mascara to then intertwine my lashes and my falsies together. So let's finish this up with my face. I'm going to be using Bone Beige and Sculpt as my bronzer, because let's face it, I'm white and that's bronzy for me. And we're gonna be using my favorite brush from Morphe, and it's the M402 brush. I am obsessed with this brush, mainly because it's angled and it's the perfect bronzing or contouring brush in the sense of fluffiness and size and just overall blending of the contouring. So if you don't have this brush, you need to get it ASAP. So let's get back to the makeup. People are always asking me where to apply bronzer or blush. Typically, when you use a blush brush or a bronzing brush, whatever brush your heart typically desires, I like to look for the lower part of your cheekbone, and that's where I would apply bronzer. I like to apply the blush on the apples of my cheek just because I just like to add a little peach or a little pink to my cheeks, and contouring around the hairline and maybe even the jawbone, just because some days I just feel like being absolutely fabulous, and other days I can live with just some blush and a little contour. Today I decided that my nose needed a little contouring and to make it skinnier, even though I think I have a skinny nose, kind of, maybe. But I went in with the same Bone Beige and Sculpt for my nose. Now on my cheeks for blush, I'm using my favorite, which is Peaches. Just because it's not too pink and it's not too peach, it's just the perfect color from MAC. And I'm just gonna brush that on the apples of my cheeks. Now for my ultimate favorite part, the highlight, which is epically my favorite part to put on. Now what I do is I get this fan brush from Morphe. It is the M310 brush, and I spray it with Fix Plus. The reason I spray it with Fix Plus is because when using a powder highlighter, I don't like for it to finish powdery. I like for it to almost finish creamy. I could easily use a cream highlighter, but to be completely honest, MAC Soft and Gentle is one of my favorites. I have many favorite highlighters just because highlighters are absolutely amazing, makes me feel like a unicorn. But some highlighter on the top of your cheekbones and a little bit above the brow is ultimately where I like to put it, just because it really highlights the face. And right now I'm going to add just a little bit on the bridge of my nose and maybe the tip of my nose. I don't want to add too much just because I don't want to get too crazy or look too shiny, but ideally the right amount on the upper cheekbones and the brow bone, or wherever it is that your heart desires to put highlighter on, will just give you that nice ultimate glow. Now for lips, I've decided to use the LA Girl, don't judge me, I think you pronounce it Flu. I don't know, don't judge me, but I'm Latina and sometimes these names just always get me. But this formula is absolutely amazing. I love LA Girl's liquid lipstick. I've tried other ones and I don't know, I just keep coming back to them. But hopefully you guys can figure out the name. I'm clearly digging the lips, and because it's matte, I don't have to put lip liner just because I know it won't run. And that's it for this tutorial.
Hi guys, so this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. For a list of all the products mentioned or used, please take a look down below in the description box. If you enjoyed watching the video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and to subscribe to my channel. I can't wait to show you all the wonderful things I have in store for you. Thank you guys for watching and see you soon. Bye! Hey, so this is my hey!
Hey! No.
Can't get anything done with it.
Stop saying subscribe.
Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Are you making noise? Yeah. You're so annoying. Go away. Stop. Hey guys. God give me patience.
Take 2, all done.
So, gotta go. Bye-bye. Peace. Bye, Felicia.